snap by Kansas City. 25-20, 15-10, 5. Welcome home, Isaiah Pacheco. It is good, good, good. Who got him? Chris Jones got him. Mahomes looks that way. He's going to go wide open left side. Kelsey, touchdown. Your Kansas City Chiefs are 8-0 and have set a record for the longest winning streak in Chiefs history. 14 straight wins, 7th longest in NFL history. Mitch Holthus with you, voice of the Chiefs, along with senior team reporter Matt McMullen shaking his head. The Chiefs get a walk-off win at 4:08 to go in the overtime to beat the Buccaneers 30-24.
And what a drive to end it. The Chiefs win the coin toss and go 10 plays, 70 yards. Kareem Hunt, 27 tough yards on that game-winning drive, and of course the game-winning touchdown. Travis Kelce with a 15-yard catch, and D-Hop. How good is D-Hop? D-Hop with a 15-yard catch to keep things rolling. What a drive for the Chiefs. And nobody panicked is what I love the most about it. I mean, so many teams would panic in that situation. The Chiefs say, let's go to work.
Let's just take the overtime drive first. I thought maybe Todd Bowles might go for 2 and try to win it. At 27 seconds to go in regulation, he does not. Plays for the overtime. Chiefs win the toss, a 10-play, 70-yard drive that in many ways, in looking at every play, was a microcosm of the whole game. Because look at who touched the ball in the overtime. It was Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce, DeAndre Hopkins, and Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. That's it.
And that was the whole game. I mean, look at it overall. Travis Kelce, 14 catches in this game for 100 receiving yards. DeAndre Hopkins, 8 catches for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Kareem Hunt, 27 carries for 106 tough yards. These guys wanted this game here tonight, and they got it.
And setting it up, the Chiefs were terrific in the red zone again, 4 of 4. That's 11 of 13 in the last 3 games, including getting down in the red zone in overtime. If they get a field goal, Tampa Bay gets it back, and a touchdown could beat the Chiefs. But getting into the red zone now looks way different than it in the last 3 games than it looked in the first 5.
And we found the Chiefs get down there by kind of committing to this power running game, and they got away from that a little bit in the first half. But in the second half, they said, let's get back to this. And they had a pair of scoring drives that were just bruising drives. A 12-play, 70-yard touchdown drive ended with a Samaje Perine touchdown catch, and a 15-play, 78-yard touchdown drive led to D-Hop's second touchdown. They converted 3 third downs on that drive and 1 fourth down. Just a tough, physical football, and that starts with Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, let's take the tough physical part of it, because Mecole Hardman, I didn't think he was going to come back into the game. In fact, I mistakenly said he was out, but it was just questionable. He comes back into the game, fighting his way back in, because he knew the team needed him, how the injuries have decimated the wide receiver room. Patrick Mahomes goes down, and we're thinking the worst. We've seen the guy come back time after time, and he comes back again. But toughness shown in this game by the entire team, and especially those 2 guys.
The Patrick Mahomes injury was a real roller coaster, wasn't it? I think all of Chiefs Kingdom was holding their breath on that one. You see a non-contact injury, but he comes out of the blue tent. He's jogging on the sideline. You hear the crowd start to get loud. He comes back in the game. Just shows that Patrick Mahomes is the ultimate gamer. And he didn't just come back into the game, led a touchdown drive, then, of course, led the game-winning drive in overtime. That's why he's the best quarterback and the best player in the NFL.
Kelce and Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins and Travis Kelce entered this game exactly 945 catches each in their career. They combined for 18 catches, 145 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I'm going to get your reaction to that, but now let's go to the podium and get reaction from them.
All right. First of all, thank our fans for showing up in the rain and doing a great job for us. As far as the injuries go, Mecole Hardman hurt his shoulder, was able to come back in. Likewise with Pat, hurt his ankle and was able to continue to play. George hurt his hip area, and then he also came back and played there until that last series. And then Wharton tweaked his right knee. So, but I think all in all, we came out relatively healthy. That was a hard-fought game. I thought both teams played really well, and they've got one of the top offenses in the National Football League, and even with the guys that are banged up a little bit, but Todd does a great job with that whole football team there. So as far as some of the accolades, Pat was 33 of 43 for 287 yards, 3 TDs, so throwing the ball, which was great. DeAndre had a big day. Well, he was 8 for 86 for 2 TDs. And then Kels had a big day, 13 receptions for 96 yards. And then Kareem went over 100 on that right at the end there. Good in the red zone. Nags had a phenomenal plan for these guys. And 11 for 17 on third downs, 4 for 4 in the red zone. So, we're getting better as we go. We shot ourselves in the foot a couple times, so we've got to take care of that. But we're headed in the right direction as we go through the season. Defensively, George Spags had another good game plan too. George had a big day, and then Drew Tranquil with the 7 tackles led our team in tackles. Chris is always in there wreaking havoc, and he did that likewise through double teams and everything else. He gets home, so great job there. Special teams wise, McCole did a nice job on the 30-yard return, and then Bucker and Ariza were solid today along with Winchester. So everybody had a piece of this. I keep on going on the defensive side. Our secondary, we got some young guys back there playing. 2 showed up today and had a big challenge stepping in and being a starter, and I thought he did a nice job for us. So again, all in all, a good team win, and now we move on quickly to Denver. So things move rapidly when you have a Monday night game. So keep them short. Keep the questions short. Doggone it, Adam. Go ahead. Yeah.
As you got over to Patrick, what was your sense of what it might be, and how quickly did your concerns get eased?
Yeah. Well, when he was being carried off, I wasn't too easy with it. I wasn't sure exactly where he was going to be with it, but he might have the loosest ankles in America. I mean, it's ridiculous how he can come back from those things, and then he's mentally tough on top of that. I missed the offensive line. They had a big day today too. I should have mentioned that. When you can run the ball like we did, and just put the hammer down that second half, that big offensive line did a great job, and Andy Heck, deserves some of that right with him. Go ahead.
One of the things with Patrick too is just you've seen him overcome what sometimes look like gruesome injuries. I mean, obviously that's testament to his heart on this, but is that what you think too when you see him? Like he'll pull through if he can.
Yeah, no, he's a competitor. I told him I was going to take him out, and he about wanted to fight me. So he's a tough kid.
Any similarities between this injury and the one he got in the playoffs a couple of years ago?
I'll tell you tomorrow when I see how he wakes up with it. But right now, I'm sure it's going to be tender tomorrow. But I don't know how bad we're there. Go ahead.
With the run game in the second half, it seemed like you really decided that the third quarter moment to really get behind that offensive line. I wonder what you thought the effectiveness of that was when it prompted that.
Yeah, I just, I didn't call enough runs in the first half. And so I told the offensive line that I was going to bank on them, and we need to get this thing started and get a little bit more balance in there in our attack. So they were game with it. And then, I thought they just stepped up and played great football. And we a little bit more downhill than we were the first half. First half, we started off downhill, and then we started going some of our outside zone stuff, and we were better off hitting it up in there.
With DeAndre Hopkins, particularly on that fourth quarter slant pass that he has, what's the call there? Just trusting him to win, I assume?
Yeah. So they have a little connection they can do there, depending on the look that they have. So those two, you talk about being on the same page. They were on the same page. They were off a little bit on the one where it was incomplete on the vertical look when Pat threw it in the middle of the field there. But that one down there, they were spot on, and they have a little freedom on that.
What allowed DeAndre to be such an integral part of the offense so soon?
First of all, he's smart, and he's got a lot of experience. So we put more in for him this week, and Connor does a nice job with those guys of getting them ready and ready to go. So, but DeAndre is a veteran player that's a smart guy. So I'd put most of it right there.
Coach, were you surprised Todd Bowles didn't go for 2 there at the end of regulation?
No, but I'm glad he didn't. Yeah.
And just to clarify, did you get as far as to tell Carson to get ready?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, when he's in the tent, I can't go in the tent. So, I mean, it's like private sanctum there. So I just, I told Carson to be ready to go.
And how did Patrick convey that he was about to want to fight you?
He didn't want to come out, So.
Andy, on the deep pass to DeAndre in traffic there, what you thought about Patrick taking that risk?
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of trust in him. And you've seen DeAndre make those catches over his career. You get 2 great players thrown to each other. Sometimes great things happen. And so it's not the way we drew it up, but it was a good finish to it.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
All right, good. Thank you.
Why are the Chiefs 8-0? Largely because, no pun intended, this guy and the rest of his offensive line mates. Trey Smith tonight, the Chiefs get the win 30-24. I'm going to go to the 2 drives down 7 points. Back-to-back touchdown drives. What about the mindset to go down and get it done? Because you guys started it on the ground and just attacked them.
Yeah, the mentality and the mindset of this team, we're trying to be a physical unit as well. And we know we're down 7, got to have it situations. We knew in that critical time that we have to move that ball, we have to run, we have to set the tone for the game.
Kareem Hunt. What does he mean as a runner behind you?
Yeah, man, we have some great running backs, and not only great running backs, but great human beings. And Kareem's one of those guys, man, he puts his nose to the grindstone, and he doesn't stop working. And talk about a physical back that just keeps pounding the rock every single play. You have no choice but to get after him, man. You want to support a guy like that. You want to be there for him.
How awesome is it, Trey, when he'll go 5 yards after contact, but then he's not done, and then you guys get to push him. What's that like to have a back like that?
It's a beautiful feeling, man. When he stays up after that first hit, and he's turning his legs, and that presents an opportunity, unique opportunity for offensive linemen to just keep pushing that pile and gain those extra yards. But it's a testament to what type of physical back he is.
You tied at 17, then take the lead at 24-17. They tied at 24. Let's go to overtime. A walk-off 70-yard touchdown drive. Walk us through the overtime and the mentality of that moment.
Yeah, I think a thing about the Chiefs ever since I've been here, no panic. At the end of the day, there's no panic. All we have to do is just execute what our coaches have assigned for us and execute at a high level. So in a sense of that game, obviously you have urgency with it, but no panic, and we just sort of operated, man.
And Vita Vea, man, that's a load. Yeah. What about handling those guys up front?
Yeah, Vita Vea is a hell of a player, man. I have nothing but respect and admiration for his game. And, they are a load up front. Hats off to the Tampa Bay organization, especially that defense as well. They did a phenomenal job tonight. And, nothing but respect for them as a team and organization.
Okay, Trey, you hear the play call, thinking this could be the walk-off. You need 2 yards to walk this off. What's going through your mind? Because it went right off your tail.
Yeah, hey. Sustain and drive, man. They're getting tired. Everyone's sort of dwindling down, but we just keep living, baby. We just keep grinding.
Could you sense Tampa Bay was wearing down?
I think we all were. Let's be honest with you, man. It's a lot of ball. I'm cramping up right now, but don't show this a tip. But, hey, everyone's tired, and these guys sustain and drive. That's what St. Joe's and training camps for. Long drive drill for moments just like that. We're equipped for it.
Final question deals with that. This short week, it's Bronco week right now. Yep. You're a vet. How do you handle this, and how do you help the younger guys get ready after a game like this and tell you, hey, man, it's Sunday at noon against a division team?
It's a tough, shortened schedule, and it's an AFC West opponent, and it means a lot in this organization. And that's some of the things when I was a rookie, when I got here, understanding the importance of those types of games and the phillicality it comes with regardless of the schedule for either team. It's a little bit different. We're going to turn up a notch. But for the young guys, just get ready. We're going to operate as usual. We're ready to go.
Get recovered from this game, and a reason we're 8-0, man. Those guys up front, especially number 65.
All right, go for DeAndre. DeAndre, can you kind of take us through that long strength of play and just the initial route and then maybe adjusting to it?
Pat and I just out there making a play. They played good defense. They had the first initial route covered. I might have ran the wrong route at first, and, Pat he worked with me, scrambling.
How much more comfortable do you feel 2 weeks into this than the first week?
A lot more comfortable. Coaches do a great job of getting me prepared. I think it's not just, Connor, but everybody on the offensive side. Everybody's always testing me, asking me questions, just seeing my knowledge of the offense as we go.
Sounded like you had a couple options on that touchdown in the fourth quarter from go ahead. What did you see there to prompt you to run the slant?
Man, I can't give away our schemes, but, Pat and I, playing ball, we kind of figured we would have that look. Two guys just trying to combo me, and he put the ball where only I could get it.
What little things maybe did you and Patrick do over the last 2 weeks to get on the same page as good as it seemed?
Communication, talking through our practice, talking in the locker room, just communicating every day, just about looks that we see, and me just picking his brain, asking him what he likes, and when I'm not out there taking a rep, I'm always learning and just seeing how he does things.
DeAndre, it looked like a scary situation when Patrick went down. A lot of the fans were a little freaked out, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was it like with the players on the sideline for that couple minutes when he was in the tent and not knowing what was going on?
Pat's a tough guy. We felt the same, obviously. He's the leader of this offense and leader of this team. So, when he went down, everybody was just kind of, around him, just seeing, was he all right? But obviously, he got up and, that's Pat.
DeAndre, your first experience in a Chiefs uniform at Arrowhead Stadium, kind of give us a summarization.
And a blessing. I'm grateful to be here. So, I'm still taking it in. I believe in God, prayer, manifestation. So just taking it in, man.
DeAndre, it seemed like the social media fans really enjoyed the Remembering the Titans celebrations. What went into that?
That's one of my favorite movies. So, I knew if I got in the end zone, I was going to hit to Remember the Titans.
Anything else? Thanks, DeAndre.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. He's back, and he's a hero with a walk-off overtime touchdown, Kareem Hunt. Let's take that play first and foremost. When you got the play call saying this could be it, what were you thinking?
Oh, I said it's over. Y'all get ready to, celebrate. It was one of those plays. The O-line did a great job of getting some push, and I wasn't going to be denied.
We're going to get to 27 carries, but I liked your reception that started the overtime. It was big. What about that play and how big it was to light the fuse?
Especially when I get out in space, one-on-one with some of those DBs, they don't really want to tackle me. So I feel like I just had to set the tone and get a first down or get the drive started, And I think that definitely set the tone. We did a great job of moving the ball after that.
Now let's go to the 27 carries. What about the guys up front that are eating in front of you and what they do for you?
Man, they kept going all night long, and I told them that. I was like, yo, we're going to have to, put the weight on our shoulder. We seen Pat a little banged up, but, we had to do a little extra work this week, and we're going to continue to do that and bring it each and every week.
And the huddle. What was the huddle like in overtime, getting ready to start the drive?
Oh, smash mouth football. That's what we were talking about. I was like, we got to bring it, physical. We worked hard to get to this point, and, we got to show them our training is better than their training.
D-Hop in this game, some of your teammates. How good is it to have D-Hop and do the crazy stuff he does?
It's great to have a guy like him who can, make plays. That contested catch by two people, a lot of people aren't making that catch, and he's one of the great ones. He's been around a long time, and we know what he can do.
How good is it to be here right now, living this life in the Chiefs Kingdom?
It's really a dream come true, and it's everything, I can ask for or wish for. It's nothing better than this.
This league is also about taking care of yourself and a short week. We go overtime. It's already Bronco week right now. What about how you approach these next several days and how critical they are to be up and running against Sunday?
I'm going to spend a lot of time in the training room, in the cold tub, stretching and just taking care of, my body. You got to do that so you can come out and, shine on Sundays.
I don't think we have enough ice to put that cold tub for you. Go get ready for this one, man. Keep it running.
You need to start snowing, I guess.
He's back,
yeah.
And everybody's loving it.
Yep.
And the Chiefs get the victory. Number 29, Kareem Hunt.
Thank you.
Just to sideline, what it felt like? Take us through the injury itself and when you're getting up.
Yeah, no, I was obviously running for the goal line, was about kind of committed to running the football, and at the last second saw Samaje, and so kind of awkwardly rolled the ankle a little bit. Definitely scary. I think it hurt more just because it's the same ankle I rolled last week. So it scared me a little bit, but once I kind of took my breath and kind of calmed down a little bit, ended up being not too bad. We were able to go in there, kind of get the respat, and go back on the football field.
Were you about feeling a little better just as you got about halfway across the field when you were on your own?
Yeah, I was trying to run off the field, and they were telling me not to. Just kind of the football mentality is to get off the field, and we just scored a touchdown. And they told me to just take it slow, and as I started walking, I started feeling better. And obviously, after I get the respat, get that comfortability back, and then took a few drops and felt good.
Just the last thing with Andy says that he actually told you were coming out, and then.
Yeah, I thought he was joking. He said it, and I was like, "Come on, like we're not doing this again." He trusts me, and once the doctors checked it out, and I was able to get back and do the drops again, he let me get back on the field.
Any similarities between this injury and the one in the playoffs a couple years ago?
No, I think just because the one in the playoffs a couple years ago was a little bit how I got tackled. It got stuck, and it hurt a lot more. I could move. I can still have mobility in my ankle, and I still did after this game. And so obviously you'll sleep, probably get a little swelling tomorrow, but a short week. But you go in there and take care of it and be prepared to play next week.
You knew pretty quick it wasn't anything like serious, right?
Yeah, you feel the pain, and that scares you because, obviously I've dealt with ankles before, but just kind of laid there, and as time kind of went on, the pain subsided. I don't know the word. It subsided. Yeah, that's what was a big word for me. But it did, and so I just kind of got back to it and got back moving again, and felt comfortable going out there.
Patrick, what makes DeAndre such a nice fit for what you guys like?
Yeah, he's so good at winning one-on-one. And so to be able to have him down in the red zone, third down situations, he does a good job of filling out and finding those windows. He's kind of like Travis does. I think as he figures out the whole entire offense, he'll get even better because there's sometimes he's going places I'm like, man, there's a time and a place for that, but that's what makes him great. And then you give him a chance down the field and he makes a play. It goes from a play where it might have been a bad decision to a big time catch.
On the play where he had 3 defenders around him, did he run the?
He ran the route similar to Trav did, and as I scrambled up in the pocket, he kind of took off down the field. And I wanted to throw the ball a little bit harder. Obviously, getting hit, it kind of floated a little bit for me. But to have a guy like that can go up and make that catch in a crowd of defenders is a special type of player.
Patrick, how much does it enter your mind with DeAndre that he's going to be the target on that play and the history he has of maybe bringing down some guys?
Yeah, you see it on tape, and there's even more in the game I probably could have gave him chances for, but you have to know the time and the place to give him those chances, and I felt like we're kind of at the edge of field goal range, give him a chance down the field, let him make a play, and he did. And the more plays he makes, the more chances I give him, and that's kind of how you roll as you go along the season.
And then the fourth quarter touchdown he has to go ahead where he runs a slant. Andy said there's a couple options in that play. You're trusting him, not having played with him that long, that he's going to see it the same way.
Yeah, he's extremely intelligent, so we can talk about things on the sideline. He's seen a lot of different looks, and so we had talked about certain coverages and what we were going to do with him, and then obviously I had options on the other side as well, but they gave him the one-on-one option. We got to the check that we had talked about versus the coverage we had talked about, and he goes out there and makes a big-time catch. Yeah, during the week. We talked about that during the week. You obviously study tape. You see the different looks you can get in that certain situation. And obviously with the defense pushed over to kind of take Trav away for the most part. It's one-on-one on the backside. Then you look at the leverage of the guy and you get to the right check and you let a guy win one-on-one.
Patrick, some of the guys in the locker room are gaining more and more respect for Kareem with what he's done from not that long ago. What's it been like for you to watch him get back into this and really excel?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun to watch, man. He's come in the building since he's been here, and he just got after it every single day. He works his tail off. He prepares himself for the moment, and then whenever we get down there in like fourth quarter and into games, he's going to make those runs 5 to 6 yards, 7 yards, whatever it is, and he's going to finish. And when you play that hard the entire game, it wears on the defense. And so I think that guys are proud of the way he's playing and the way he's coming about his business this year.
What's he like in the huddle in like the fourth quarter overtime? Has he got any personality traits?
Oh, he wants the football. Well, I think that's the biggest thing is as the game goes on, it's like he starts feeling it and he starts going. And there's certain situations where I might have throws on the outside, and I'm like, man, I'm giving this guy the football and letting him go because when he's running, even those 6-yard, 5-yard carries, that they take a toll on the defense.
Patrick, just that run with Kareem, obviously to win the game, just what's running through your head when you see that and he scores, and obviously him coming back just alluded to that, but walk us through that play when he scores the game winner.
Yeah, I mean a great run. I thought the offensive line did a great job all night, really. But they did a great job on that play and getting that push, and then Kareem, once you get the push, he's going to follow it in there and get in the end zone. And I'm happy for him to bounce back and come back here and then have this great start to the middle of the season here. Whenever we get Isaiah back, it's going to be a tough tandem for guys to tackle.
Patrick, a lot of times when you hear non-contact injury or have a non-contact injury, that's pretty scary in itself. Was that part of what made you scared?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, whenever you do something and it's not, like you said, it's non-contact, you don't know exactly what happens and you get that sharp pain. You always fear the worst. That's why I kind of sat there on the sideline for a second and just kind of took a breath. And as time went on and I kind of realized it wasn't as bad as it looked or felt, I was able to kind of recuperate myself and get back on the football field.
Is there a way to describe what that pain feels like?
Just not good. That's the best way to describe it.
Trav had a career high 14 receptions. I mean, yet another thing he'd never done in his career. What was working so well? Why were you guys in sync this game and how has that grown as the season's kind of gone?
I didn't realize he had that many catches. Yeah, I mean, he does a great job of finding space, and I think with having DeAndre out there, it takes pressure off him where all the eyes aren't on him the entire time. And then I know it was out of bounds, but hitting the deep shot to Xavier down the field, and then being close from that one to J. Watt, it spreads the defense out, and you let guys like that work underneath. I'm almost positive he had a game with 16 receptions. I'm not in a playoff game though, but yeah, whenever he gets going, man, he's hard to stop.
Last one, Nate.
Two things, Patrick. What's it like when you know you have to adjust in wet conditions to get your accuracy to be on point? And then secondly, what about the playoff run with the ankle? How does that inform you about how to perform in this particular situation, given it's a wet field?
Yeah, I mean, well, first off, I pride myself on being able to throw in any condition. I think that's something that's an advantage at Arrowhead. And so if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's cold, if it's hot, whatever it is, I want to be the best thrower of the football on the football field. And I think that's why we want home field advantage. That's why we want the playoffs to come through Arrowhead, is because it's a special place and you have to be able to play in every environment. And then as far as what was the second question again, one more time?
You have the ankle injury in 2022 in the postseason. How does that inform you about how to operate when you are dealing with pain and obviously a re-aggravation?
Yeah, I know in a sense it hurts you. I mean, obviously it hurts your ankle injury, but sometimes it almost settles me down, especially in the pocket, where I can't use my mobility. So I feel like early in the game I was running into sacks because they were doing good in their pass rush lanes, and it kind of settled me in the pocket. And then when our offensive line is blocking like that, I can sit in the pocket, go through my reads, and get to the right guy. And I mean, what gets lost in the way we played throughout this entire beginning of this season is how good that offensive line's playing, running the football and pass protecting, and that's what's going to carry us into this run that we want to go on.
Thank you.
So the Chiefs get the victory 30-24 in overtime. We need to mention the defense here because there were 3 straight possessions, Matt, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got the ball at the 49, the 45, the 49 with a kickoff return to start the second half, and the 41 after the Kelsey fumble, and only got 10 points. That's a big deal when you look at the offensive production Tampa Bay's had this year.
Tampa Bay had a good game plan offensively. They had a lot of stuff outside the numbers that was working for them. But credit to the Chiefs defense for not giving in when they really easily could have on a rainy night with bad conditions. And I talked about those 2 bruising physical touchdown drives for the Chiefs offensively. Well, that doesn't matter if the Chiefs defense doesn't buckle down and find a way to force a pair of 3-and-outs in the second half as well. And I get that the Chiefs led up the touchdown at the very end, allowed the Bucs to tie it. But how cool is it the offense finished it off tonight? Because so many times during this 14-game winning streak, we've talked about how the defense has kind of bailed out the offense and finished the game. Well, the offense said, don't worry, we've got it today. We're going to finish it. You guys have helped us really throughout this season and last season. It was cool seeing the offense finish it here today.
Can I give you a play that's going to be long forgotten that ends up helping win this game?
Yes.
it was a field goal by the Buccaneers. I made a note of it when they got the ball at the 41 after the Kelsey fumble. And then, after they got the ball at the 41-yard line, Turk Wharton chases down on the play that's going to go for a first down. I think it was Cade Otton. They might have scored a touchdown. But the Chiefs could have lost the game at that point or in those 3 possessions. Turk Wharton's hustle play or plays, people go, why are they 8-0? Show them that play.
It's effort and it's heart of a champion. And it's I don't care what happened on the previous play or the previous 59 plays. If I have an opportunity to stop you, to hold you 1 yard shy of the first down, I'm going to find a way to do it. That's the culture here in Kansas City. And it's difficult to teach that. You have to be in here and to feel it. But the Chiefs defense and the offense as well, if you give them a chance, they're going to find a way to seize it. And other teams across the league, you don't always see that. They say, hey, it's not our day. It's rainy. I don't want to be out here. The Chiefs say, things haven't really gone well defensively, but let's find a way to get a stop here. And we saw that here tonight.
So for the Kansas City Chiefs, 14 straight wins. Mentions it's a franchise record, 7th best streak in the National Football League in history.
14 straight.
When you look at it, going back to and 8-0. This is the 22nd team to go 8-0 since in the last 35 seasons. All 22 won their division. All 22 made the playoffs. 21 of 22 won their division, and 5 of the 22 won the Super Bowl. 8-0 starts are not to be taken for granted.
No, they're not. And consider the teams that we've played this year. I mean, we've played good teams like the Bengals and the Ravens, the Saints when they were still healthy, division opponents, the 49ers, and now beating a good team here in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that wanted this victory badly. The Chiefs just find a way every single week. That's the best thing I can say about them. Other teams would love to have this kind of success, but the Chiefs just find a way every single week.
3, 2, 1. Now the game's over. It's also Bronco Week. It is Bronco Week right now. Get ready for a Sunday noon quick turnaround against a division opponent. Thanks for joining us on Chiefs Rewind. The Chiefs are 8-0.
Chiefs Rewind is brought to you by Ford, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs, and by CommunityAmerica Credit Union, the official banking partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.